If you see what we can see, then adventure waits for all of us. There's a place that we should be. Come along, 'cause it's high tide and we can't lose. Come and drift away with us.
Is this thing on?
This thing on?
Hi, Mum.
Welcome back to Ship Happens. This is our journey of restoring our old broke boat.
It's the story of buying a broken boat off eBay.
Yeah, so follow us along on our journey.
No, we're not going to have much energy, have we?
No.
Not like the others. All the others are like...
Welcome back to Ship Happens!
All the others are like, hi, I'm Simon, and I'm restoring this 1943 HTML. We're not restoring it, we're fixing it.
You're not restoring it, you're renovating it. Whatever.
Well, we're just fixing the 80s version of...
Oh, there's a wasp above your head.
Oh, God.
Right, I'm back. I'm going to apologise now if I'm talking to you and then I have to just walk away in a coughing fit. I just can't shake this cough.
Man flu.
Man flu. Baby finished a quarantine yesterday, so she's with us at the boat today. So she's going to actually do some work. She's exactly the same as me. She's still got a cough that you just can't shake. So apologise now. At least you can't catch James through watching a video.
You can get computer viruses. So.
I haven't got a bin. I haven't brought one in.
Where's he been?
Where's your bin? So today we're going to put down doing the woods work for a little bit because winter is coming.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So yeah, we need to winterise, we need to assess our security, don't we, as in the lines.
The lines.
The anchors.
The sheeting.
Sheeting.
So we're going to start off on the aft deck today because that's our main point of getting on the boat, and every time we're getting on the boat, the amount of mud we're bringing with us is unreal.
And we've got piles of pallets, haven't we, and all
from the painting party. So we're going to clean up. Also, we've got the sheeting that we put down last time. We put it down, but the lines were underneath it. So there's areas where it's just holding water.
But it's not leaking.
It's not leaking. It doesn't come into the boat, but it's holding water. So I just want my sheet flat. So we're going to lift some lines. We're going to put the cleats on top of the sheeting, aren't we? So we're going to start off today on the back. It's going to take us more than a day to do all the winterisation that we need for the boat, isn't it?
Yeah.
And all the...
But we just want to properly assess the security, don't we?
Yeah.
And make sure she's not going to go anywhere.
It's like we don't want to leave it too last minute where we're trying to put sheets down in gale force winds. So we're trying to be as preemptive as possible.
Yeah. Because everyone says, oh, I wish I'd done that.
Yeah.
But
so
this is our time.
And also today as well, high tide is at 1:30 today. So that that means from say about 1:30 from about 11:30 till about 3:30 we won't be doing the outside work anyway. So instead of stressing trying to wait to do copper nails and stuff outside, we're gonna just start securing.
We need to prepare for winter, don't we?
So let's get at it. We're just gonna have a quick brew and then we're gonna start.
You know there ain't another girl like her in the city. No, you know she looks so good, but she ain't so pretty. Feel this way.
So there we go. That's everything moved off it.
So we've moved one amount of junk over there. But we like pallets, don't we?
We just like moving stuff around this boat.
Yeah.
So obviously these supports here, the sheet goes underneath, so we're going to cut it just forward of that because the sheet there is really good, it doesn't leak, and obviously we want to do this as quick as possible, but we don't want to bodge it. But that's fine, and that's under shelter, and we can overlap it and stick it down. There's no point going to the extent of taking the roof supports off. There's not really much gain apart from I'll have a cleaner sheet with no mud on. Should be nice. So,
Gemma's a clean freak. She's in the wrong job, aren't you?
I know I am in the wrong environment to stay clean. So right, cut this sheet off, and then we need to start assessing the lines.
Got these reusable, like ones you buy from
They're brilliant.
like Lidl or something, but heavy duty. Next time you go shopping,
Look at that.
you can just like drag it along the floor behind you.
I think Chris sent us these bags.
Yes, our friend Chris.
They are absolutely fantastic. The bin bags have got the opening said small, so you can't put like big things in.
And the rip.
And they're rare, so this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to start using these more often.
Down. Yeah, because remember him saying it's not for ballast.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay.
Let's remove rubbish. So how many more of them have we got?
What?
Because all the rubbish we've got later, we'll put them all in. It'd be easier to put them in the car.
Yep.
Easier, cleaner way of moving rubbish. Like it. Right, so the sheet's up. So what we need to start doing now is actually unscrewing the cleats. May as well do that now before the water starts coming in. Because then we could float away.
Well, Gemma's done the maths again, and we're not going to float today, so...
It's at 8.6 today.
And it was 8.9 when we flew.
Yeah, so I think we should be good. It's not that windy today.
So this deck was actually changed, what, I don't know, 3 years ago or something like that. And obviously they didn't do a very good job, but and they used very substandard.
Substandard. Yeah, that I wouldn't want to sit on the edge of that to jump down. I think I'd break it.
Right, so we're going to be removing the lines, temporary. But what we're going to do is we're going to ID. So if you look here, so we're going to ID where they meet the deck. So on port and starboard. So when we put them back, we can make sure they land about there then, because as we know the boat floats and it comes back down, but if there was a tight line, then we could move that way a bit, then she won't sit back in a hole properly. So fingers crossed. So the way how we're going to do it, we're going to use some cable ties, and then we're just going to put the tie. It's heavy. It's going to be interesting when we let go of this, isn't it? So there we go. This one's not actually doing anything, by the way, so ignore that one. So we'll do the same on the starboard side. Starboard. So these aren't very well secured anyway, so I'm quite happy that we're doing this. Not that they were insecure, they just weren't quite lined up properly. So quick zip tie. So what I might do as well is take a picture just to remind me the exact location, because obviously that one goes that way and that one goes that way. So I'll do a quick photo on my phone.
You don't want to get your lines in a twist, do you, dear?
No. Your lines in a twist. So another thing we wanted to sort out today is we're going to put some more bracing on here, because kind of vibrates a bit. I can imagine like in a heavy wind, might shake itself apart a bit. But
so we're going to secure it a bit better.
Yeah, we're going to put like a gallows, is that what you call it? A gallows? Gusset? I don't know.
Triangulation.
We'll make it like that. So this material here is usually comes out of like Mercedes and VW.
It's like a trailer board, isn't
Camper
it?
vans, yeah, so it's trailer board, but it's like really good stuff.
Not going anywhere, that one.
So now I've got to go around and sort of remove sharp edges and stuff like that so the sheet doesn't get ripped.
Let's make sure the camera's rolling in case Simon falls in. Because you at 250 quid from you being framed. Yeah. We're free! When the water comes in later, we can fire up the engines and go.
I wouldn't fancy having to do all of them. Right, so now, cleat removal. These are only A2s, Gemma.
A2 stainless. Really, you want A4. But, saying that, these have been on for quite some time.
Yeah. So basically, under the nuts underneath, they came out really nice. There's a really nice spreader plate underneath, which is a beauty. But obviously, these Allen tops aren't moving. I wouldn't recommend loading the Allens up too much. So we'll use a lot persuader.
Your favourite drink.
So yeah, these here are the underside of the cleats that we've just seen. The other side is a really nice piece of stainless, but this is a bit ratty, isn't it? See if these ones come undone. Beauty. Should we let Gemma remove this one, do you think? Yeah.
Go on then, show me how you did it.
I'm probably showing you how I did it, because then I might as well just do it. How to make a brew. Girl power. Just think girl power.
Needs a bigger bar. Oh, all off. Easy peasy.
Count on you.
I've done it. I beat your 10 minutes.
Oh. We've got a plan. So while we're waiting for this to dry, because obviously it's not really a given, is it, to put a sheet down over the wetness?
No.
Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
Water these days? Don't know.
You don't want to cover the moist
So
stuff.
let's put our braces in here.
Yeah, that should be dry in no time because it's quite windy, but then again we're at the back and the wind's coming at the front and it sort of blocks it off.
It's quite humid today, so.
Yeah. Good plan.
Did she just say good plan to my idea? on the build, I was really sort of fed up, like doing temporary repairs and getting rubbish off and ripping stuff out, and we got quite excited when we started to put the frames and stuff like that because we were doing good, and now we're back to doing temporary repairs, but it's for the greater good, isn't it? So it's probably not the most entertaining for you guys, but it's our journey, I suppose. And I've come to realise that the boat is bigger than us, you know. All your guys' help and advice and comments and just sort of, it's hard work some days, you know. But you guys make it all worthwhile. Even I sweep sometimes.
We've got high water. The aft deck is still drying, so we don't want to put a sheet on it just yet. So we haven't done a rubbish removal for a while, have we?
No, junk.
So we're going to do a little junk removal, but Simon's got a bit of a problem. His boat's a bit deflated.
Well, yeah, we're feeling a bit deflated.
Let's have a look at your boat. Oh, it's a bit floppy.
Oh, got it. Put it on the crane. Yeah.
Floating hoover. Right, let me go and switch it on. More supplies coming on board. That's heavy. You're going to do another run?
No. The boat's sinking. Look,
oh, you're very deflated again.
Look, if I do that, walk on, look.
Oh dear.
And the gearbox is playing up a bit. It's like it's stuck half in gear, so I can't get neutral. I can't get full forward, so I was having to go slow because otherwise the gears jump. So, no, that's it for today, I think. So
we're gonna have to do some engine and dinghy repairs.
We need a better dinghy, don't we? I think we need a bigger dinghy.
Yeah.
But then it's storing it out of the boat, so we'll figure it out.
Okay, we'll go and get the floating hoover in.
Yeah. I've just upset Gemma. We started to float, so I said to Gemma, it's a good time to start the engines after we rewired the batteries. So I toddle off, prime the engines, start them up. Great. Gemma's like, oh, the engines are running. Oh, that's good. And I'm like, yep, yeah, just turn them off for me. One of them switched off. The other one carrying on running. So obviously Gemma goes into freak mode now at this point because she thinks this engine's going to run forever and ever and ever. So for some reason there's no signal to the stop solenoid. So I had to quickly get a piece of wire, put it from the live terminal post on the starter motor, and then connect it to this terminal here on the stop solenoid, which shuts it down quite nicely. But yeah, I think Gemma's quite upset with me at the moment because she wasn't that prepared for it. Should we go and interview her? I've been telling people why you're angry.
I'm fuming, to be honest. I'm just putting the stuff away that we just carried on board, and the engine just started that I wasn't told, wasn't prepared for. And then Simon's running around going, it won't stop, do that. And I'm like, well, do what? You can't just start an engine without telling me. And then run around panicking. And then, because I start panicking, they shouting at me for panicking when I don't know what's going on. I'm not talking to you today, Mr. Robbins.
It's like Emmerdale, isn't it, or something? That's like no, what's it like?
You're an a-hole. I'm angry now.
Anyway,
it's just got me like
listen,
so
do
worked
both
up.
engines run?
Yes. That's for the last time. You're not doing that to me again. I wouldn't have minded if you went, Gemma, I'm going to start the engines because we're floating. Do you want to get the camera and come and film it for maybe people on YouTube might like to see it? And instead, I have a big heart attack when the engine starts because I wasn't expecting it. And then I'm panicking, trying to get the camera switched on and it wouldn't switch on and I had to unplug it and reset it. So that got me all stressy. And then Simon's running up and down, going, oh, the engine won't stop!
No,
and I'm like, he's like, go in the wheelhouse and do that, do what? I don't understand buttons and electrics and engines.
Turns out though that the stop button wouldn't work, so we live and learn. Anyway, they stop now. They're not running forever.
Well, you can go make me a brew because I need 5 minutes for my heart rate to like level off before I have a heart attack.
But is Mummy stressing, Amelia? Is she rightfully stressing now? Should Daddy have said, I'm going to start the engines and be prepared?
Yes. So when we put the sheets on, we want to wrap them round nice. So this piece that we put on has got a bit of a lip compared to there. So I'm just cutting it off.
Hi everyone! I actually got my own YouTube channel. It's called Little Floaters. It's not a big boat, but it's a big challenge for me. Please come over to like and subscribe to my channel. It's called Little Floaters.
So I spent a while thinking of the best way to hold the sheets down, because every time we put sheets down we've been drilling into the deck and stuff, which is then causing a point for water to ingress. So I said what we need to do is bring the sheet round the hull and then fix the sheet to the size of the hull, because there's a band of wood around the hull which is pretty wrecked and that's going to get replaced, so it doesn't matter if we screw into it, and it's not screwing into the actual planks of the hull. So I found this in my favourite shop, Screw Fix. Hi Mick. And I thought this will be perfect, I hope. So it's literally metal on a, I can't even remember what it's called to tell you. Hold on, is it another thing? Stainless steel builder's band. So that's going to go all the way round the hull and we can screw into it to keep the sheet
Wow,
down.
that actually looks really good.
It does, but I've opened it from the wrong way. I need to get some cutters to cut this tape off. So before we secure the sheet down, we're going to put the cleats in. But what we're going to do is we're going to drill up through the sheet now to find out the location holes of the cleat. Then we're going to put some flash band on top of the sheet, and then we're going to put the cleat on top of that. Floor, sheet, flash band, cleat. So now we've got the sheet under our two cleats, which is nice. So we've got a cleat, we've put some flash band in there, then we've got the sheet and then the deck. So we can now start tightening up our sheet and securing it all the way around. I've been working with power tools for 10 years and I've never once caught.
Has anybody ever told you that you're good at it?
No.
So why do you keep doing it?
Go away! Okay, so that's got
So what's that designed for now?
got a little channel to
Ah,
let the rain out for any standing water that comes. Don't think the sheet's going to go anywhere once we've screwed it down like this. Time to put the lines back on. Okay, so we need to find our cable tie points that we put on before so we know where the edges of the rope, not the ropes, the lines need to be.
don't get it wrong.
Don't get it wrong. I'm putting some gloves on for this mingy work. Stop falling down.
So, do we need to look at a YouTube video on how to tie them?
That's how do you tie lines. Oh, do not bring that up on my boat. It's got mud all over it. Ah!
So now we want to go over the top now with it.
Hold on. We've just brought a little crab up. Little crab. Oh, no. Hold on, I need to get rid of him. He's falling everywhere. We're free! Oh no, he stopped moving.
No, it's alright, it's moving. It's moving. So, we've set our cable tie back to the original location. We've got around the cleat. I think these lines are a bit big for these cleats because you can't really get a nice twist on them. So, to maintain the cleat, put a Jubilee clip on it. Maybe it worked, maybe it won't.
So I'm trying to make something we can put on the swim platform to scrape our wellies off with, because the mud's getting worse as the ground's getting wetter. So, brushes. So I'm thinking if I can screw them there like that. I'm just going to whack them where I think they should be and see how we go. There is my welly wash station.
So I've been asked to be a model and a guinea pig of Gemma's welly wash. So you can scrub that aside, you can scrub that aside, you can scrub the underneath, and you switch feet. Look at that. Get the heavies off with this. It's brilliant. We've got like a little portable jet wash which we can leave on this on here, can't we, Gem? And then give them a hose and then we can climb up and no more mud.
Did I do good?
You did good.
Yay! That was a good idea, I thought. I was racking my brains all week thinking how can we clean our feet when we've got no water, and I thought just stiff bristle brushes.
Yeah.
Job's a good one.
And it costs like 100 quid, doesn't it?
800 quid. I think I sold the shop out of brush heads.
Yeah.
But hey ho.
I just put the dinghy on the roof, but because the dinghy was like sinking earlier and we've lifted it up, and the way I've put it, all the waters were now running out the dinghy off the roof to test Gemma's water integrity. I think it's doing good.
Yeah.
Always washing your deck. Anyway, look. Look at that. Oh.
So yeah. Spend ages putting a nice sheet down.
To keep it clean.
To keep it clean. It's just muddy already.
That was only
But
off
at
these
least now
lines.
I can jet wash it and brush the water straight off, because on the last one it has a big puddle in the middle.
Yeah.
So look how We're not tripping
now.
over stuff.
Flat.
It's flat. It's not going to flap because all the sides are held down,
Yeah.
which is good. So it doesn't look like we've achieved a lot in a day, but that we spent a lot of time doing that because we wanted to make sure it was right
For the winter.
for the winter.
But I think next time maybe as well we're going to be doing the bow, aren't we?
The bow is the worst.
It's just a piling up junk area at the moment.
It is, but also because of the patches that we put in, we've cut to get the frames down, but we've done quite a lot of the frames now, so there is quite a lot of the bar that we can seal up totally.
Yeah.
And we want to flatten everything off, get all the junk off.
But we brought some exterior ply, haven't we?
Yeah, we bought some exterior ply to put some...
Yeah, it's just temporary ply into it, so it's just like...
So that'll be our next job, and it's one of them, it's like we feel like we're back to where we were at the beginning, but winter's going to be here before we know it, and we're very exposed where we are, and we don't want any further damage.
So we'd rather do it now than, oh, I wish we did that.
Yeah, we can't be putting sheets down and lift and cutting, when it's gale force and gale force and dead windy, because you can't put sheets down when it's windy. So look, we did it. We did a thing.
We did a thing. Just imagine. Oh, this has got all nice fake teak Roco decks on it. You got handrail there. Can imagine Gemma there.
I just can't wait till there's like
Gin.
a nice lounger there
Nice
with a little
lounger.
table with a glass of gin on. That.
But with this
Check back in 8 years. If you want to see that, just come back in 8 years.
Yeah, just
Hopefully.
forget the next one.
Yeah. So, and as well, the cleats are on top of the sheets now.
Yeah.
So them sheets should last us for quite some time now.
Yeah. Well, there's no fixings high, is there now, on top? So, but also the lines are a lot better secured. We've used hose clips. They're not really holding any stress. They're just basically keeping them together. But if one fails, it might help the other. But it's also keeping them on the cleats. As such, we've got some cable ties. They're not holding any load. They're just stopping. They're stopping them lifting.
Because I think we realised the lines are a bit too fat for these cleats, so you couldn't get loads around it. So we've just strengthened them up to make sure if any, they can't come off really. So bodgy lines, but should hold better than what they were, and they've held here for a while. So
yeah. So I'm also going to be making some big anchors, aren't we? So we're going to be burying some more anchors just in case.
So we just want to get her because when you're lying at home in bed and it's like a really big high tide and the wind's crazy, I don't sleep because I panic.
I think we've actually started to map out when the high water is now. So I think
we are so thankful for everyone who supports this project. We'd love to spend 5 days a week working on the project.
Can we?
No.
Why not?
Maybe if we had a couple more 100 Patreons, it may be possible. So if you want to help us spend more time on a boat, please consider joining us on Patreon. Every little does help us.
Yeah.
We're limited on our time here because we both have to work full time, and YouTube doesn't pay millions like some people think. So if you want to help support our project, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you all so much.
Guys.
See you next week.
See you, bye.